Hey guys, Total Control 871, and I am here in the city of Pleasantville, New Jersey at night of all times. I am here and I am blogging because I just purchased this, a $5 gift card that it is my intention to cycle all the way to Atlantic City from Pleasantville. Actually, I originated out of Mays Landing. Originating out of Mays Landing, and I pit stopped here at this Dunkin Dounut. Pleasantville Dunkin Donuts, so that I could purchase Detective. I believe he is a detective. He's billed a couple of different ways in the news article regarding his arrest of the brutal culprit that brutalized a homeless woman. And well, I'll put that the link in the I'll put a link in the description if I can. So that's what I'm going to do. With me being a homeless cyclist, and God knows I've definitely had my strife and my discourse with law enforcement as of late. I feel like this is going to do more for me than it will for Detective Shapiro. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I really need there to be some sort of peace in my life to bring some kind of a calm to the dark storm that just brews inside. A dark storm that is seeded by the illegal activity of law enforcement, you know. It's sad that it has to be this way. I saw an article where the police are, I think they're saying that, well, the police aren't saying, but it is believed, and I'm not talking about Atlantic City police, but it is believed law enforcement abroad is pulling back on their law enforcement duties because they don't want to become ensnared in a media fiasco. I don't think law enforcement will ever admit that this is a hell of their own making. You know, I completely understand where they're coming from, but they also have to take some sort of ownership and responsibility. And also, the minorities, they're going to have to take ownership and responsibility. You know, when you create a culture, you know, that's a discussion I can't even really get into right now, because right now, tonight is all about, tonight is all about cycling to Atlantic City to give a thank you. That's what tonight is about. I'm not even going to get on the goddamn soapbox. Tonight is about cycling to Atlantic City and giving Detective Brian Shapiro a thank you. Thank you for protecting the homeless such as myself. I might not look or act like the woman that was brutalized, but that doesn't make me any better or any worse. So let's ride to Atlantic City. Forgot to take the U-lock off. I lock my back wheel to the frame when I run inside stores really quick, you know. All right. Cut our headlight on, and we are ready to ride. Let's go. Detective Shapiro, this one's for you, buddy. I called earlier to inquire if Detective Shapiro was in, and they said that he started at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now I can only assume he'll work an 8-hour shift, and I can only assume that he will get off at 12 midnight. It is now 9:43 right now. So hopefully he'll be at the police headquarters, you know, where I can present him with my thank you. Probably should have picked up a water bottle, but it's only about 6 miles, so I should be okay. Route 40. Everybody remembers that. Yay. This is the section of Route 40 that empties out into Atlantic City. I don't like being in Atlantic City anymore than I like being in Pleasantville. But Detective Shapiro definitely earned my respect on this one. So I don't mind hammering out the effort. Maybe after I get to Atlantic City and give Detective Shapiro his gift card, I'll see what I can do to ratchet up the resolution on the GoPros and take a nighttime ride on the boardwalk. Give some of you guys some footage of Atlantic City's boardwalk at night. You know, now that I think about it, I might want to run a search on YouTube. I don't think there is a whole lot of footage of cycling in Atlantic City, let alone the boardwalk. So I might be giving a little free publicity. Maybe I'll send a check to Atlantic City, to their comptroller, huh? Now, GoPros don't do so well at night, but I don't know what you guys can see. I think right now I got a 1080p at 48 frames a second, and I got the front GoPro on medium view. Medium view to help minimize the bowing and distortion effect of a GoPro lens. I like to do that for my GoPros because should it ever have to go to court, I want there to be as accurate as possible representation of exactly how close a vehicle comes to me. Got some new homes that are being built here. I don't know if they're condos or I think they're townhomes. They're townhomes, and they had to elevate this section quite significantly because, oh my God, it floods so bad in this portion. I think this is called, believe it or not, Egg Harbor Township. I know, it's strange, it's bizarre. Route 40 goes through Egg Harbor Township, then passes through Pleasantville, and then it turns back into Egg Harbor Township momentarily. You know? Like, I don't know if you guys saw that, those police lights that were on the left-hand side that we passed a little while ago. That was most likely an Egg Harbor Township police officer responding there. Entering into West Atlantic City. This section of the commute from Pleasantville to Atlantic City, it had me so scared many, many years ago when I first started commuting. My very first commute from Pleasantville to Atlantic City, like I say, it's about 6 miles. You should have seen the way I was packed. Oh my God. This is back in 98, 99. I I had a GT, a yellow GT mountain bike. You know, tricked out real nice. The finishing price was about $800. And, well, you just should have seen. No, actually, no, wait, scratch that. My first, the GT came later. My first bike was a Ross Boss, a 7-speed, like a hybrid between a commuter and a cruiser, like a commuter cruiser, you know, a Ross Boss. And oh my God, you should have seen the way I was dressed. I had, well, first of all, I was wearing jeans, you know, sneakers, you know, rank amateur shit. And I packed my my backpack with my work clothes and food, and it was just so funny because, you know, I told myself that I might need food in case I break down. You know, by the way, we're now out of that one section where there is, like, no buildings and no phone. As you can see, the motels resume, you know, after about a mile. You know, and I was so scared that, oh my God, if I break down, oh, you know, like, you know, it reminds me of that episode on South Park where I think they got locked in, and like after, you know, 15 minutes, they resort to cannibalism because they tricked themselves into thinking they were going to starve to death. You know, like that. But yeah, I had a cell phone, one of the very first prepaid cell phones. It was a Motorola. The big heavy battery slid on and off the back. And it cost $1 a minute to use. And you had to buy your airtime in chunks of an hour, so